Hi guys, my name is Ashton. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently in St. Genevieve, Missouri visiting my girlfriend, but I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I grew up there, I live with my family, I go to school, I have a job, all that good stuff. I'm actually transitioning from female to male, and I recently just started getting comfortable with myself, so I decided to start documenting my transition. I figure if I struggle with this on a day-to-day basis, there have to be other people that struggle with it too. And I'm hoping that by making videos, I can help some of you guys out with your struggles. Um, I started testosterone or T on February 19th of this year. So I've been on T for about 5 months. This is kind of like an introduction video, so I'm not really going to talk about a lot. I will talk about the two questions that I get asked the most, though. The first question I get asked a lot is how I knew I was transgender. Um, for me, personally, growing up, I always felt like one of the boys. I always wanted to be like one of the boys. I always wanted to dress like one of the boys. And I didn't really do those things just because I felt like I had to please my family and please my friends so I could fit into a group of friends. I didn't want to isolate myself or anything like that, so I found myself wearing makeup, dressing girly, even though I wasn't exactly comfortable with it. I thought if I made everybody else happy that eventually I would be happy. That wasn't really the case. I always felt uncomfortable in my skin. I felt really, really uneasy. About 2 or 3 years ago, so when I was about 20, 21, I started doing some research on things, and I just started simply by typing in Google, what do I do if I feel like my mind doesn't match my body? And I came across the term transgender for the first time. I did a lot of reading, and I read some other trans guy stories, and from what they were saying, I felt like, this is something that I am struggling with. I feel exactly how they felt. Maybe I am transgender, maybe I'm not. I went through about a year or so of denial. I didn't want to admit to myself because I felt like, it made me different. I thought that I wouldn't be accepted for who I was, and I thought that my family would disown me, and a lot of those other things. I thought that, if I'm transgender, where am I going to go in life? I feel like that my family isn't going to be all that open-minded. They're pretty open, but I don't think they're that open. And I was just afraid, and I didn't want to admit to myself that, maybe I should start doing something about it, or I should, go talk to somebody about it. And so I just kind of put it away in the back of my mind for a while, and then I realized that doing that made me really unhappy, and I talked to my current girlfriend a lot about it. She made me talk about how I felt and stuff like that, and she started using male pronouns and calling me by Ash instead of my birth name, which is Ashlyn, and using more gender neutral pronouns. And then I felt a lot more comfortable, and I was like, okay, maybe this is something I should look into more. And so I finally reached out to a therapist, started talking to her, and figured out that I am transgender, and I really want to start moving my life forward and not, let it hold me back anymore, and start being happy with who I am and start getting comfortable in my own skin. The second question I get asked a lot is what changes I noticed when I first started T. I didn't have a significant voice drop at first. My voice didn't drop until about 2 or 3 months on testosterone, significantly enough for me to notice. But some of the first changes that I noticed were that was that my face changed a lot. My face started squaring out a lot more, and I noticed that my shoulders were squaring out, and that I was able to build muscle quicker, and my hips were disappearing, and a lot of my fat redistributed, so it went to like my face and my stomach as opposed to my hips and my thighs. Um, I also noticed I was gaining weight, but I was also working out 5 to 6 times a week to try and gain some more muscle because I was really, really little. I was only about 110 pounds, and now I'm about 130. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to say in this video. I'm going to put my link to my Tumblr below in like the comment box or whatever box that is. I don't really know what to call it. If you guys want to send me, some messages there, you feel free on some of the videos you'd like me to do. I'm hoping to do some videos on like how to bind and what I do for binding and like what I do for packing and stuff like that. So feel free to contact me on Tumblr or leave a comment on this video about a video you'd like to see, about a topic you'd like to see me cover in a video. Hopefully I'll get some ideas and I'll be able to go from there. I do plan on talking in my next video about coming out to my family and stuff like that. I just didn't want to get too deep into it because it's basically an introduction. I don't want to overwhelm you guys by talking for like 30 minutes. I could rant on and on about it. But thanks for watching, and I hope to get some ideas from you guys.